Today's project is going to be a Valentine's Day card. I keep on using the paper pad called Holmes in Love. It's Victorian Valentine themed, and I'll also be using opulent ovals and bracket borders die sets by Spellbinders. I'm placing an oval die over the rose image, then I'll be tracing and cutting it out. Now I'm going to die cut and emboss a frame for the image. All the papers I'll be using for this project are from the same collection, except the card base. I will die cut and emboss the borders on a piece of paper that is 5.5 inches wide. I am placing a frame on top to define where the second border should be, and then I will die cut and emboss it. I am using a plain bracket border to create an outline for the top layer. And now I am going to score the top layer to create flaps, because I want to wrap it around the bottom layer instead of mounting it. Now I am defining the length of a check pattern layer. You see that I am figuring out the measurements as I go. So now I am going to tone the edges of the focal image as well as the top layer with the pumice stone distress ink. Using Ranger craft nibs and black soot distress ink, I am adding some shading to the frame. With the same ink, I'm distressing the edges of check pattern layer. And I'm also shading the area around the frame to make it stand out more. I'm cutting out a sentiment strip, and then I will find the matching paper for it. I'm going to cut another strip with the bracket border die. I'm using paper distresser to tear the edges. To assemble the frame, I am using liquid glue. This way I can move and adjust the pieces. Now the ribbon looks like one continuous piece. I am using double-sided tape to adhere layers of paper. Here I have only attached the tape to the flaps, and because this layer is just a slightly larger, it's going to form a curve. The frame is now being mounted on top. I'm also going to add a black and a red layer underneath. And the whole piece goes on top of a black card base. I'll be using a small white rose and the dainty leaf die by Poppy Stamps as embellishments. To bring down the white, I'm squeezing antique linen distress ink onto the acrylic block, adding some water and applying it to the rose with a small brush. Then I'm going to add some pumice stone the same way. Now I am attaching the leaves and the flower with a hot glue. The card is now finished. You can see that the curved layer adds a lot of dimension and at the same time it looks really nice from the sides. And here are the close-ups of the project. Hope you enjoyed watching. Please don't hesitate to ask your questions and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more inspirational videos. Have a great St. Valentine's Day!